Okay, we're back. How you doing, everybody?
Horrible.
Oh. What? You want to talk about it?
No, you're supposed to make us feel better. Go on, be goofy.
Did you want to talk about your feelings? Tell me about your day. How does this make you feel? Sigmund Freud. Yeah.
It makes me feel dead inside.
Yeah, okay. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally.
Stellar introduction, guys.
We are on top of our game.
Yeah.
I should get going as well.
We have a game?
Yeah, Katawa Shoujo.
Oh, yeah, true.
I made it funny because it's a game, obviously. Yeah. Okay. The lunch and the afternoon class pass uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings from the cafeteria. The classroom is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. Welcome! Muto's not on the screen. However,
Weird first impression. You have to... Muto!
However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Oh, I've had teachers like that. They're the worst.
Yeah.
When the final bell sounds, I realize that there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, and here filling the considerable shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ballpoint pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. Buzz, it's time for Muto again. Are you ready?
Yes.
For Muto?
What is it, Nikai?
What is it, Nikai? It's not Nikai?
You honestly want me to do that?
For a little bit, maybe.
Okay. What is it, Nikai?
I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there is nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. This teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he is holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine.
You have plans?
No plans?
You have no plan?
No, I considered joining a club, but don't know what kind of clubs would interest me.
Go observe a meeting or someone else's club. Might pique your interest.
I guess. I just can't get over your pronunciation. But I don't know how to continue from there. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking with people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek absentmindedly, looking for very unresponsive. I love how you're actually, like, doing all of the things that he's describing Muto doing.
I would like to think I'm a method actor.
I'm just waiting for him to bring out the TARDIS so we can go time travel.
The joke was already done, for Rob.
I don't care, I want it to happen.
These things are only an issue if you make them one.
That's what the librarian said.
You can talk normally with someone even if they're blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they seem at first glance.
He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako? It's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Oh no. Teacher! Oh god. Misha crashes in, hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair. I love that he's like, I don't even like you. Why do you talk to me?
He's eyeing you. He's out. Run.
Mikado!
It's not too late for you. Run!
Mikado.
Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong, but has no idea what. Yes?
We've talked about volume control before.
Yes! But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes.
So what is it?
We need help! We're running out of supplies for the festival stands! This is a distress! Ah! She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. You're fired!
So go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that?
Plywood! Plywood is always the problem! Last time we wanted more, there was only a little. That time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there. So do you know where there is some?
I don't understand. How would I know?
Shit-chan, I mean the president thought that a teacher would know if there was plywood. Was she wrong? Muto looks like he's in great pain.
Much like we are.
Look like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Thick as a cinder block, this one is. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open with those drills for her hair, while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time.
Wait, isn't that the plot to Gurren Lagann?
No. No, it's not.
Drilling into somebody's head with pop music playing while
It's
it's
not
going.
pop music. That's
Yeah,
the difference. There's drilling, yes. but not
I'm
pop.
afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any.
Aw, what should I do?
Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya.
Nomiya? God damn it again, Rob.
Not even my fault that time.
We'll be back. And we're back!
I'm
Rob's professionalism is just groundbreaking, isn't it?
Yes, I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need.
Okay.
If you have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, then... But... Wait. You'd have to pry them from the cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter.
I think I just lost context on this conversation.
Ah! I don't have time! We are so busy! She holds her head with both her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumbles the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things! There's so much to do and we're falling behind the schedule! Muto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't.
I wonder if you could offer some temporary help.
He switches to staring at me focusedly.
Hey, fuck you, man!
With a hard expression as if he's trying to say, go make some friends. Thanks, Dad.
Fuck you!
I guess I can give you a hand since he volunteered me.
I would have just quietly snuck out the back door before he said anything.
You can? Thanks, Hichan. You are really nice. Implying I wasn't? She does a double take and then points at me with her finger, yelping, ah! And looks very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Hichan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun. We just had
a little chat.
Oh no! It's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hichan? No, I'm not. Thank you for your concern, though. Maybe it's just Shizune, because Misha's just kind of, like, nice. So,
Yeah,
maybe it's just Shizune who's, like, the pain.
probably.
Is Hichan in trouble, teacher?
No, he's not.
Like I said, thick as a cinder block. Muto sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So, what do you need? Here's a list. I can try and find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but there's no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Aww. My plan failed! Still, thanks, Hichan. Try to be quick. We are in the stall building streak now. We must hurry! I'm late for a very important date. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. I can't help but imagine that she actually pulls like a cartoon, like
Yeah, like
like squat and bounce.
No, like a gummy bear juice kind of bounce.
Yeah.
Gummy bears.
Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now.
Please don't sound so smug, asshole. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh.
God.
I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway.
You're a jerk!
The classroom closest to ours are designated belonging to class 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor still, with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as much.
As such.
Art room, classroom, it's a room. You're close. You're on a half there.
Just head towards the man with the strange nose at the end of the hallway.
We've acknowledged the painting is weird, Rob. We've acknowledged.
I can't get over it. It's so weird.
I'm gonna get you a print of this and hang it in your room.
I'm gonna cover this. Keep reading.
I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in.
There we go.
It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room. A thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this looks like the right place. This room is flushed in sunlight from the big windows. Shadows creeping all over the desks. Ooga booga booga booga. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody? Something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence.
Hello.
It's Rin! Sitting on a desk is a short-haired girl curiously wearing a boy's uniform, with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands. Good observation. This guy's a regular Sherlock, isn't he? The odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands. It's elementary, my dear Watson. But her presence here is what takes me aback even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner very still, but I still somehow took her as part of the furnishing or a statue at first glance. You need to get your eyes checked, that's all. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. Really. We couldn't tell.
Oh, he... you know what? No. I'm not dealing with this. Since he's not observant, you describe every little tiny bit of piece of thing in the room!
Can't get over that.
Yeah.
The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. Didn't we already have a rabbit in headlights before?
Yeah, they used that analogy already.
She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. Accept the fork as your one Lord and Savior.
I'm converting to religion of the fork.
Forkism?
Yes.
I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and I'm trying to think if I should. The weird stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically.
Hello?
The girl stuffs the fork full in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here. For some festival stalls, I think. I don't think there would be someone here. I didn't think there'd be someone here. I'm a little freaked out right now, that's all. Okay.
There isn't. That's why I came here too.
She picks up another forkful. Fuzz is playing the part of Rin. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false.
You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you?
This girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai, Hisao Nakai. I just transferred it on Monday.
I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka.
I think it's Tezuka, but...
It's Tezuka.
I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now.
I'm done.
No, that's actually really funny, considering.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people like Rin. That's very nice.
Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not.
Here's my foot.
Oh god, get away.
Shake feet.
Get your foot away from me. God damn, I will break your foot. You don't even... It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. When I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, she seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food.
Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to go get your stuff, the supplies are in the back.
Go right ahead, but... lunch? School's already over for the day.
What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal you eat after lunch, but before dinner, right? It bothers
Dinner!
me very much. It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say.
I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with.
But I'm hungry now. My delicious box lunch would go to waste otherwise.
Can't argue with her. Delicious food cannot be wasted.
I have curry. It's very delicious.
Look at that smile. Look how happy she is about her curry.
I like curry.
She's so happy about her curry. It's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me.
So, Nikai, what brings you to this place?
Put your foot down, Rob. I will break your foot. I hate feet.
So, Nikai, what brings you to this place?
Like I said, I was told to look for these things.
No, the school. From outside, you look fine. What's your problem inside?
I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. You are blunt as fuck.
I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people.
Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question, or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done.
You know what else you should do? Next episode.
We just met Rin.
How can you do a next... You can't... What I should do next episode? What should I do next episode?
Read more?
Eat with your feet.
I'll try. Fuzz! Fetch the steaks! Not those kind of steaks. Yes! Much better. We'll be back another time. I gotta go to the hospital.